Chairman Smiley, we ask you, Lord, to be with him and his family at this difficult time, that you bring forth solace and comfort to them. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. May God bless you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for your prayer, Father Ben. Councilman Spinoza, you are recognized. Madam Comptroller. Can you hear?
Hello. Look at the smiles on these council members' faces. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. Thank you, Father Ben, for being here today. Thank you for the prayer. Thank you for your friendship. Councilwoman Walker made a comment before I came down. She said that she noticed that Councilman Canale and I were on our best behavior today. And that's because we knew Father Ben was going to be here. But Father Ben's a good man, and he is my friend. He's also, as Councilman Canale said, the pastor and the leader of the largest Catholic church in the diocese. So that's due, just so much of that has to do, I'm not going to say all of it, but you're an unbelievable man. You do so much for so many people, so thank you for that. Let me read this for the record. Greetings, be it hereby known that Father Ben Bradshaw, in recognition of a life of exemplary qualities, outstanding service to the city, meritorious involvement in humanitarian affairs, and demonstrated concern for governmental process, has been appointed the chaplain of the day for the Memphis City Council and is hereby entitled to all of the honors, rights, and privileges and prerogatives appertaining to the office and to the display of this certificate. Thank you, Father Ben.
Thank you, Councilman Spinoza. Thank you again, Father Ben, for being here and praying over us and with us today. Madam Comptroller, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Councilmember Carlisle. Here. Cooper Sutton. Present. Easter Thomas. Present. Ford. Present. Green. Present. Logan. Present. Spinoza. Here. Swearingen Washington. Present. Walker. Present. Warren. Present. White. Present. Chairman Canale.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. I believe Councilwoman Swearingen Washington has read the meeting minutes for the July 9th, 2024 meeting.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I have reviewed the minutes and find them to be in order, and I move for the adoption of the July 9th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Can I get a second electronically, please? Item was moved by Cooper Sutton, seconded by moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Spinoza. Seeing no members in the queue, Madam Comptroller, would you please prepare the screens for a vote?
Carlisle, yes. Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canale, yes.
That item passes. Welcome to the July 23rd, 2024 regular meeting of the Memphis City Council. Meetings of the council shall be conducted in an orderly manner to ensure the public has the full opportunity to be heard and the deliberate process of the council is retained at all times. The Sergeant at Arms has meeting agendas available up front, as well as comment cards for members of the public wishing to be heard on a specific item. Cedric, would you please raise your hand? All those wishing to speak on an item must turn in their comment card to the Sergeant at Arms before the item is called. If you are not here to speak on a specific item, you can note your request to give general comment at the end of the meeting. As chair, I will only recognize citizens that properly registered to speak by submitting a completed comment request card to the Sergeant at Arms. Members of the audience and persons addressing the council will not be permitted to engage in gossip, make defamatory, personal, or slanderous, profane comments, or abusive or vulgar language. The chairperson of the council may maintain order by giving any persons who are in violation of the stated rules of decorum a warning to cease any violative conduct or an order to leave the council's chambers, or by giving an order for security personnel to remove them, any disruptive person in the council's chambers who refuses to leave voluntarily. These rules are posted on the doors as you enter the chamber and as you pick up comment cards.
They're not having any discussion.
Before we begin, I would like to take a brief moment of silence for the life lost at the Benjamin L. Hooks Library on Monday, July 22nd, 2024. I would also like to keep the citizens and employees of library services in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item number 1 is a resolution honoring LeBonner Children's Hospital for its unwavering commitment to providing excellent pediatric health care. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman Cooper Sutton.
Councilwoman Cooper Sutton, you're recognized.
Thank you. I would like Sarah and Brandon to come forward, please. Memphis City Council resolution. Whereas, for many years, the cornerstone of pediatric health care in the Mid-South has been LeBonner Children's Hospital, which includes a location in Memphis, Jackson, Jonesboro, and Tupelo. And whereas the Hospital Community Outreach Division, which employs 250 committed people, and proof of its dedication to providing service beyond its physical walls. And whereas the comprehensive care for children is provided across numerous campuses by the flagship 290-bed hospital and Jackson, Madison County General Hospital 21-bed unit. And whereas LeBonner Children's Hospital employ around 3,000 kind people, including more than 750 pediatric specialists with 40 different areas of expertise. So every child gets the best possible care. Why? LeBonner indeed. And whereas the hospital's 13 year of continuous recognition by the U.S. News and World Report highlights its reputation as a leader in pediatric healthcare nationwide. And whereas LeBonner serves as a teaching hospital for the pediatric department of the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, helping to mold the next wave of pediatric healthcare professionals. And whereas the hospital dedication to furthering pediatric medicine is demonstrated by its partnership with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And whereas the hospital maintains the highest standards of care and service as a member of the Methodist LeBonner healthcare family, setting the bar for excellence in healthcare delivery. Whereas LeBonner Children's Hospital has demonstrated its commitment to providing exceptional nursing care by achieving Magnet Hospital, the most prestigious nursing certification in the country. Whereas the American College of Surgeons classification of the hospital as a level 1 pediatric trauma center guarantees that children in the area receives the best trauma care available. And now, therefore, be it resolved by the Memphis City Council to praise and recognize LeBonner Children's Hospital for its unwavering commitment to providing excellent pediatric health care, for improving the well-being of kids and families in the Mid-South. And it be further resolved that the administration, personnel, and volunteers of Labana Children's Hospital receive the proper acknowledgement and gratitude for their ceaseless efforts to enhance the health and welfare of the youngest members of our community. And that this resolution is given to Labana Children's Hospital as a genuine thank you for everything it does to support and encourage our communities as a recognition of their 2024 care expansion. Given by the hand and under the great seal of the city of Memphis, the 23rd day of July of 2024, Councilwoman Yolanda Cooper Sutton, Memphis City Council, Super District 8. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Would someone from Labana like to speak? I guess not. That item was moved by Cooper Sutton and seconded by Ford Sr. Madam Comptroller, please show that approved by acclamation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Before I move on to item 2, I would like to recognize Councilwoman Pearl Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll be brief. So earlier, I was thanking everyone for supporting. Can you all hear me? For supporting my events this month, and I do have one more coming up this Saturday. But on July 13th, we had Dumpster Day at Hickory Ridge Middle School, and we had a record turnout. We had 237 cars to come out and support Dumpster Day, and we collected over 200 tires, and I just want to thank everyone for supporting that. And this past Sunday, we had Putting with Pearl. I want to thank Councilwoman Easter Thomas for coming out and supporting that. And you're going to have one at Manassas High School when? Saturday. This Saturday. So make sure you all support that when you don't have to live in the district to support. And also, earlier, I was waiting for Chairman Smiley to arrive, but he's not with us today. And I had my first town hall meeting at Southbrook Town Center. It was packed out. We had over 100 people. And I just want to thank my colleagues, Councilman Ford and Councilman Cooper Sutton, for showing up. I appreciate your support, and I know that the constituents appreciated you all showing up as well. Thank you so much. I yield the floor.
Thank you, Councilwoman Walker. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 2.
Item number 2 is a resolution recognizing World Drowning Prevention Day. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman Logan.
Councilwoman Logan, you're recognized.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Today, I am here in support of families in District 1 and across the city of Memphis at large who have experienced great loss. One of our very own City of Memphis employees and another City of Memphis resident. Mrs. Weston, I'm going to ask you to come forward, or the family of Antonia Weston, also the family of Dior. Thank you. Dior Thedford. Did I pronounce that right? Yes. Thank you all so much for being here. And I'd like to read this resolution in their honor. Whereas on occasion, this Memphis City Council has seen fit to commemorate occasions that raise awareness about an issue that significantly impacts this community. World Drowning Prevention Day is one such occasion that is worthy of recognition. And whereas drowning is a leading cause of unintentional injury, death worldwide, accounting for nearly 236,000 deaths annually, according to the World Health Organization. And whereas World Drowning Prevention Day, observed annually on July 25th, serves as a global platform to raise awareness about the tragic and preventable issue of drowning. And whereas the World Health Organization and other organizations globally encourage individuals, communities, and governments to take proactive steps to prevent drowning through education, training, and effective safety measures. And whereas drowning prevention measures such as swimming lessons, proper supervision, use of life jackets, and understanding water safety can significantly reduce the risk of drowning incidents. And whereas the City of Memphis is committed to promoting water safety and supporting initiatives that aim to reduce the number of drowning incidents within our community. And whereas recognizing World Drowning Prevention Day aligns with the City of Memphis' dedication to the safety, health, and well-being of its residents, particularly children, who are most vulnerable to drowning. And whereas collaboration with organizations such as the American Red Cross, local swimming schools, and water safety advocacy groups is essential in fostering a culture of water safety in Memphis. And whereas by raising awareness and promoting education on water safety, we can honor the memory of those lost to drowning and work towards a future where such tragedies are significantly reduced. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Memphis City Council hereby recognizes July 25th, 2024 as World Drowning Prevention Day in the city of Memphis, honoring the lives of Antonio T.J. Weston Jr. and Dior Thedford and all those who lost their lives due to drowning. Be it further resolved that the City of Memphis encourages all residents to participate in activities and programs dedicated to water safety and drowning prevention, and to support initiatives aimed at educating the public about the importance of water safety measures. Adopted July 23rd, 2024, Rhonda Logan, City Council Member, J.B. Smiley Jr., Chairman. And we want to continue to lift up all of those families in our communities that have been affected. And we want you to know that we are keeping you all dear to our heart, and we want this to be an honor to you and your family in honor of your child. Thank you so much. And if you want to have something to say, we'd love to give you this opportunity.
First, I would like to thank you, Councilwoman Logan, and the entire City Council. My mom was prepared to speak, but I am happy to intercede on her behalf. A lot of you all may not know, but my little brother drowned at the Doubletree Hotel back on January 29th, 2022, and it drastically affected my family and the community worldwide. We believe that drowning prevention is something that can be obviously prevented. And in this case, in the case of my little brother, it could have definitely been prevented. Councilwoman Logan she in her resolution mentioned water safety and education. My family has now decided to take the charge and start a foundation in my little brother's honor. So if any of you all know of any kids who need to be connected with swim lessons or anything like that, we're partnering with the YMCA to provide youth in our community with the opportunity to be educated on water safety and learn how to swim. So we're still at the groundworks of getting everything together with that, but we do have the swim lessons already prepared. So definitely, she works down here in City Hall, so if you see her and have recommendations for kids, definitely let her know. Again, thank you to the entire city of Memphis for this honor and recognize my little brother. And special thank you to Takesha Johnson and Councilwoman Logan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman Logan, and thank you to the family for being here today. On behalf of this body, we continue to offer our condolences for your loss and admire you for your courage in taking up such an important mission. Madam Comptroller, please show that item approved by acclamation.
Chairman.
Colleagues, before we move on, I would like to take one brief moment of personal privilege to recognize now Assistant Chief, former Deputy Chief Sharonda Hampton on her recent promotion in the Memphis Police Department. Chief Hampton, would you please stand up? That's why I did it. Congratulations. Madam Comptroller, would you please call item number 3?
Item number 3 is a resolution approving an honorary street name change on Thomas Street from Fleming Avenue to Marvel Avenue for Velma Lois Jones, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman White.
Councilwoman White, you are recognized.
This is such an exciting day and moment. As you all know, that I am newly elected to the council as of January 2024, and this is my first street naming, and it is such just an overwhelming and exciting moment that it is a street name in honor of you, Ms. Velma Lois Jones. Whereas, upon occasion, the City Council approves the naming of specified public roads to honor those who have served and enriched this community. And Velma Lois Jones is the personification and embodiment of an advocate, educator, and leader who is deserving of this city's recognition and gratitude. And whereas a lifelong Memphian, a graduate of Manassas High School, a graduate of Lemoyne-on College, and former hardworking, energetic member of the Lemoyne-on Board of Trustees, evidence of Velma Lois Jones's seeds of leadership run deep through this city, touching many organizations. But most importantly, she has inspired people to follow her lead, consistently going above and beyond her obligations, serving as a mentor, role model, and support system for our community. Whereas always exhibiting a love for knowledge, Velma Lois Jones earned a master's degree in education from Columbia University and used her education to inspire and teach others as a beloved mathematics teacher at Cypress Junior High School. Unable to ignore the call to leadership, Velma Lois Jones became the first Black classroom teacher elected as president of the Tennessee Education Association. The longest serving president in that esteemed organization's history. She has served in varied leadership positions in its local and regional affiliates, Memphis and West Tennessee Education Associations, and has served on the Board of Trustees of the National Education Association. And whereas the core of Velma Lois Jones's very being is her faith in God and commitment to serve others, which she has fortified and honored over the years of her lifetime membership at Trinity Christian Methodist Episcopal Church since the age of 5 in 1937. Where she has led and aided in every aspect of church life, including Director of Christian Education, Missionary Circle number 4, and Steward Board number 4.
Whereas the first woman to serve as president of the Memphis branch of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Mrs. Velma Lois Jones marched, she boycotted, she picketed, and she recruited others to join in the civil rights demonstrations that brought Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to Memphis. And in 2023, received the Velma Lois Jones Trailblazer Award, named in her honor from the organization. Whereas in her desire with like-minded women, Velma Lois Jones was initiated into Beta Epsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And during her more than 75 years of sisterhood, she has served as the 13th Southeastern Regional Director. Championing the invasion and the expansion of the organization throughout Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and the national parliamentarian, in addition to chartering the Phi Lambda Omega chapter. Whereas Velma Lois Jones has been recognized and well rewarded for her efforts, she received President Obama's 2012 Drum Major for Service Award from the White House Office of Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships, the Women's Foundation for Greater Memphis 2012 Legends Award, the 2012 Church Women United Valiant Women Award, and an honorary doctorate degree of humane letters from her alma mater, Lemoyne Owen College, in 2014. The Living Legacy Award by the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, 2019 Most Outstanding Woman amongst women graduates of historical Black colleges and universities, 2019 Most Outstanding Woman of the Memphis Interdenominational Fellowship, and the 2023 Memphis Shelby County School Alumni Hall of Fame inductee. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Memphis City Council of Memphis, Tennessee, that Thomas Street from Fleming Avenue to Marble Avenue shall be designated and always remembered as Velma Lois Jones Street.
In honor of her passion, service, and impactful contributions to the city of Memphis, be it therefore resolved that the city engineer is requested to affix suitable signs so designating such public road. Signed, Janika White, Memphis City Council, Super District 8, Position 2. Yeah, somebody else hold it. Here are some tokens of appreciation from us. We thank you for your service. And I also just want to quickly recognize some of those who have come to join you to celebrate this momentous occasion. We have Tennessee Education Association here, the NAACP Memphis branch, and we have the beautiful, sophisticated, wonderful ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And then we have Bishop Marvin Frank Thomas, Sr., here supporting Miss Velma Lois Jones in Trinity Church. He's the pastor and the bishop of the church. We want to make sure you all know. I present to you Miss Velma Lois Jones.
All I need to say is thank you. Thank you, my sisters. If there is any sisters more concerned about another sister like Velma Lois Jones, you see them standing here. These are the sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, my chapter Phi Lambda Omega, who made the recognition. I do thank you. And all of them want to emulate somebody like me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mrs. Jones. Very well deserved. Madam Comptroller, please show, that item was moved by White, seconded by Swearingen Washington. Please show that approved by acclamation. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 4 in just 1 second.
Just try to get it.
He did. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item number 4 is.
Thank you. If anybody's
zoning
having any private conversations, I'd ask that you move to the lobby, please. We need to continue with business.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item number 4 is a zoning ordinance, amending ordinance number 5367 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Memphis, Tennessee, adopted on August 10th, 2010 as amended, known as the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, to authorize a zoning. Please move all conversation to the lobby at this time. Item number 4 is a zoning ordinance amending ordinance number 5367 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Memphis, Tennessee, adopted on August 10th, 2010 as amended, known as the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, to authorize a zoning use district reclassification for land located on the southeast corner of Dexter Lane and Cordova Road, approximately 1,027.43 feet north of Macon Road, by taking the land out of the Conservation Agriculture Use District and including it in the Residential Single Family Use District. Up for third and final reading, this ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is Z24-01. The ordinance number is 5902.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilman Ford Sr., you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Committee met, recommend approval, and I so move.
We move it electronically, please, sir.
Okay.
Moved by Ford Sr., seconded by Spinoza. Councilwoman Logan, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair. We talked about this morning and noted some areas that had needed clarification. I wanted to see if Director Connect could just bring some clarity regarding this subdivision and as it relates to the drainage, Fletcher Creek drainage, and any other issues. I know that we have a company contracted to study and to assess, and just wanted to make certain that as we continue to approve developments and approve these areas, that has been taken under consideration, and get your feedback on whether not this area, there are any problematic issues with it.
Yes, Councilman Robert Connect, Public Works Director, 125 North Main. Anytime a development happens, there's multiple steps involved, obviously. From an engineering perspective, they have to ensure that as the development is designed, that they're what we call pre and post drainage match. So there can't be excessive runoff from the site. They contain it in some type of detention or retention to ensure that any downstream impacts are mitigated. That's a requirement. The other thing we're doing is the master planning. All World is our stormwater program manager. So all of our 37 major drainage basins across the city, some have been studied, some are still being studied, will be looked at. And on a large scale, looking at ways to address the future needs of our city from a planning perspective, while also looking at current flooding that is already impacting properties and taking that into the consideration as we either construct regional detention or look at smaller detention systems to help affected properties that have been impacted by prior development that existed before the UDC. So all this is going together at the same time to ensure we're doing what we can to protect property owners from flooding, both from new development and old development.
Sorry, so with that being said, as we approach requesting applications for new development, are we, because I know you said that previously that may not have been a part of the steps, but now we're taking those steps to ensure that we look at it holistically and in a comprehensive manner to make sure that there's no issues with one affecting the other down the road.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And like we've never been before, this is on a much more strategic and comprehensive level.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Green, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I was hoping that we could have Director Belen come up and speak a little. I know that some of the opposition that we have received in regards to this particular item relates to traffic and traffic study, especially during the school year. So if you could just let us know what has been done around that.
Thank you, Councilwoman Manny Belen with the Division of Engineering. So as I listened to the committee this morning, Engineering Division did commission a study for the entire Cordova traffic study. It's not fully complete at this point. We do anticipate it to be completed sometime in October. However, as Chairman or Vice Chair Canali did indicate, I did provide some initial reports as a result of that. The team did do, when they're doing these traffic studies, they look at peak hours as well as peak season. So in this case, the counts that were made during school season. So those are accounted for as part of this study. To drill down further, again, the study is more of a global and to determine how the traffic pattern is going to be and what warrants, what signalizations are needed to accommodate some of the levels of service needed for the streets. More focused towards this specific development, there will be certain criteria and certain conditions that will be placed that will have to be vetted through engineering, and that may include a traffic study as well as traffic movement in and around that area. So that will be a requirement when they submit through our land development.
Thank you, Director Belen. Thank you, Councilwoman Green. Colleagues, does anybody else want to hear anything further from DPD or the applicant? Okay. I do have two comment cards. Christine Fox, you're recognized first. Please give us your name and address for the record, and you have 2 minutes to speak after you state your name.
Christine Fox, 244 North McNeil, Memphis, Tennessee, 38112. I just am, we heard about this item last city council meeting, and it was supposed to be held until August. But last night, I looked at the agenda, and it was on there. So, and if you look at this item, it has been pushed through with things missing or not right in the documentation. The process has been very convoluted and not straightforward. And now we're clearly just, going to push it right on through. So this people are paying attention when y'all do things like this. Let me just say that. So, y'all just do what you're going to do. Since I have a minute left, I'd just like to take a moment to say a word in memory of a community activist and that we lost on Sunday, Ms. Chelsea Glass, who has spoken many times from this podium. A woman of incredible courage and power. So, I'm done.
Thank you, Ms. Fox. Let me respond briefly to what you said. I was the council member that held the item last meeting, and I held it for 2 weeks. I never said anything about August. If there was another council member that asked for an additional hold, I was unaware. I'm the chair of P&Z, and I was not made aware of any request for another hold. It is, because it was heard in the main meeting 2 weeks ago. Okay. Diane McCullough.
Diane McCullough, 8518 Farley Avenue in Cordova. Over the past year, I've spent countless hours researching, organizing, and preparing to present our opposition. At this point, I don't know what else I can say, except that my interest in this development doesn't end with zoning approval. I will continue to follow the development very closely and will continue to advocate for my property rights and for the well-being of the old Cordova community. Thank you to the member of City Council who tried to help us, and to the people in the Division of Planning and Development. Several of them came out yesterday to look at the situation. I just want to thank them for that. I look forward to continuing to work with all of y'all on this project. Also, one last thing, if you go back and watch the YouTube video of the last meeting where it was held, 2 different things were said. It was said it was held for 2 weeks, and then it was also held for 2 meetings. So just want to point that out. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCullough. Hold on, before you leave the podium, you met with DPD yesterday, correct?
I'm sorry?
You met with DPD on the site yesterday?
Yes.
Were any of your concerns addressed?
I think there's a lot of promises that these things will be worked out down the road. But even what I was shown today as, oh, well, this is how this is going to work, it really can't work the way they're showing it's going to work because of drainage, where they're showing the drainage location. It really can't work the way they're showing it. And I know that because I live there and because we've measured and things like that. So they did come out. I do feel like they're hearing us. I do trust David Baker with Fisher Arnold, but I'm not going to stop watching it because this is, my property is right on the edge of this. I have a lot to lose if anything goes wrong at any point during the process.
Thank you. Thank you for your involvement. Thank you for taking time out of your day to meet with DPD.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Cooper Sutton, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Thank you. The constituents have really worked diligently and very hard, trying to work very closely with the developers and trying to understand their value of their property. And when they bought their property in that area in Cordova, I've been talking with Diane and Christine and their group, really pushing, trying to help them, understand this process. But my prayer and hopeful that they can work together and do what needs to be done so everyone can have what is needed. When you are a property owner and you lived in a certain place forever, and then developers come out of nowhere and disrupt your whole community and your home, that becomes heart-wrenching. And so when you have us on this city council, this 13-member board that should be representing you, making sure that we hear you clearly and understand your needs and your concern. That's what we're elected for. Because when we're out there running for these elections, the developers are not the one who vote for us. It is the constituents who vote for us and expect us to represent them wholeheartedly. Yes, we want development, but we also want development where there is a partnership with the community, not just to do what they want to do and how they want to do, and everybody makes money and the community has no say-so and just have to deal with whatever is going on. I think it's unfair. And I think we need to look at a different process on how we do things. And when you get ready to elect people, think about what they didn't do or what they did try to do during election time. So I wanted to close with that. Thank you. It was an honor listening to you all, working with you all. Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate your diligence and your hard work for your community. But I pray that you all can work with the developers and you come to an agreement where everyone can come out feeling well about the decision. I yield the floor, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cooper Sutton. Seeing no other members in the queue, Madam Comptroller, please prepare the voting screen for item number 4.
Carlisle, yes. Cooper Sutton, no. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan abstained. Spinoza, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Canali, yes.
That item passes.
Walker, no. Can you record me as no, please? Thank you.
Madam Comptroller, please call the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Up for first reading, we have item number 25 on our add-ons, which is an ordinance. Let's get the consent agenda on the board, which is an ordinance to amend and restate referendum ordinance 5862 that proposed an amendment to the charter of the city of Memphis to modify the existing requirements for qualifications for mayor and the city council members of the city of Memphis. Up for first reading, ordinance number 5913 is sponsored by Chairman Smiley. Back to our regular agenda, item number 5 is up for second reading. Ordinance number 5910 is sponsored by council members Swearingen, Washington, Warren, Ford, Logan, and Spinoza.
Hey, I'm leaving
Item number 6
today
is
for a
also up for
community
second
land
reading.
use
Ordinance number 5911 is sponsored by Councilman Warren. Item number 7 is up for second reading. Ordinance number 5912 is sponsored by the administration. Item number 8 is also up for second reading. This ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is ZTA 24-02, ordinance number 5909. Item number 9 are notations from the Division of Planning and Development that the following cases were heard and a public hearing date has been set. For A, case number SUP 24-09, Outland Road Special Use Permit. The date of public hearing will be August 20th, 2024. For item number B, case number MJR 24-20, Union Avenue Major Modification. That date of public hearing will also be August 20th, 2024. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our consent agenda items.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman White, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Canali. I'd like to make a motion to separate the question and remove number 6 from the consent agenda.
Second. I second it.
All right, without objection, we're going to remove item 6 from the consent and vote on item 6 separately. Yeah, the consent agenda minus 6. Let's do that first, since you've called them all. I've lost my... Who moved that?
White.
Carlisle? Carlisle, moved by Swearingen Washington.
Mr. Chair.
All right, colleagues, this is the voting screen for the consent agenda minus item 6. Please cast your votes.
Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canali, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please recall item number 6.
Item number 6 is a referendum ordinance to amend the charter of the city of Memphis, same being chapter 11 of the Acts of 1879 as amended pursuant to Article 9, Section 9 of the Constitution of the State of Tennessee Home Rule Amendment relative to composition of the Board of Commissioners of Memphis Light, Gas, and Water Division. This was up for second reading. The ordinance number is 5911, is sponsored by Councilman Warren.
Councilman Warren, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to ask our attorney a question concerning our standard protocol about ordinances. Let me let him finish with his conference, and we'll be able to do that.
Councilman Carlisle, you're recognized.
Thank you. Yeah, ordinances require 3 readings. They can be pulled off. Now they require 2 separate meetings of 7 affirmative votes or they fail. It's pretty simple. Either we're going to let people in the city of Memphis vote on this or not. That's it. I yield the floor.
Thank you, Councilman Carlisle.
Sorry, I missed part of that. It was I thought that the way it worked is when you had an ordinance that came up, we had 3 readings. You could vote it down, but it was the third vote down that made it go down. So I guess that was my question.
Any member.
Councilman Wade, could I interrupt your sidebar?
Any member can move.
Colleagues.
Yeah, let's just speed this up though. Any member can vote to have to move an item off the consent agenda. We've done this a few times, so I can answer it very, very quickly.
Attorney Wade, will you please address Councilman Warren's concerns before we vote on item 6?
Yes, sir. Sorry. I thought that our procedure was that when you moved an ordinance, it received 3 readings, and in each of those readings, you could vote it up or down, but it was the third vote that was the official vote on the ordinance. Is that correct, or was I wrong on that? Because I've had ordinances that have come down with negative recommendations and been placed on the consent agenda and moved through. Or is it appropriate for us to just pull this and vote it down tonight?
Okay, under our rules, you usually do not have debate or discussion during first or second reading. That does not prohibit any member from moving to take an item off of consent and put it on the regular agenda, and it will still have the same requisite number of readings if it passes all 3 times.
That's on the second one.
But let's say it fails tonight. Do we have to read it a third time?
No, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now that that's handled, Madam Comptroller, will you please prepare the voting screen for item 6?
Excuse me, sir. I had a card in.
We don't take cards on the...
Yeah, you did. You pulled it off of the consent agenda. It's now a regular agenda item. Yes, I put in a card.
Attorney Wade, do we have to allow public comment if an item's pulled off the consent agenda? We never allow public comment on the consent agenda. Okay, Mr. Kent, go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, Joe Kent, 5111 Flamingo. So there is no hurry on this. There is no hurry on this item at all. None. So, there's various ways you can get to it, but it's fairly technical and it deserves some negotiation. A lot of technical stuff here. You have the RFP that some people want to be put out for power, alternative power. That can be leveraged into this negotiation. You have some people that were in the suburban areas that were against legislation that would help with blight remediation that are going to benefit from that. So you can negotiate this, and there's a pathway that for somebody like me, that I could be for something like this expansion of the board if we have partners within the suburban area. They haven't demonstrated that they are actually partners in legislation and various other things related to the city of Memphis. That occurred the last legislative session when Kevin Vaughn killed the landlord, the rental registry. Now, I understand there's some other ways to do that. The other thing I'm very concerned about, and I'm hoping you are, is the excess cash on the MLGW balance sheet that should be taken off, put on the city balance sheet before the board's expanded, because it puts at risk those funds either, being used for things other than what's in the city of Memphis. So if y'all aren't negotiating any of that stuff, it's hundreds of millions, 200s of millions. They just issued more bonds on the MLGW balance sheet. I know you can't wait. Can't wait. No extra time. Can't wait.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes, thank you. We just having Mike day today. Okay. So I just want to go on record as saying that I just want to share why I'm going to be voting no on this. When this first came before us, I made the point about the language. The language is very important. And as I'm looking at this now, and it's saying that the board be comprised of 7 voting members with at least 2 of the 7 members. Why is it saying with at least 2? I am uncomfortable with that. It should simply say 2, and that is why I'll be voting no on this today. The language is very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Walker. Councilman Carlisle.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I really just want to get to the vote, but I'm going to say 2 things to set the record straight. The city can't transfer cash off of MLGW's balance sheet to ours. It's against the law. If you want a legal opinion, it's right there. He's given it to us in writing. We've had this debate 1 trillion times. The city has to make an equity investment in order to get a return on it. There's only 1 instance that we've done that. So that's just not possible. 2, the voters are going to vote this down, just for what it's worth. They're going to vote it down. You might as well give them the chance to do it. But if you don't want to, that's fine. And 3, whether it's at least 2, at least 4, at least 5, the mechanism for putting somebody on that body is still the 13 people sitting up here. You're just required, if it were to pass, to ensure that 2 of those 7 appointments comes from the county. That's the basic language. I'm going to vote for it. It's going to get voted down. Why? Because Memphians are basically going to tell the county to go pound sand. There's straight politics. I yield.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will be glad to take as a friendly amendment that we just say only 2, if I could get Councilwoman Walker's vote. But on this particular situation, I think it's sort of playing long politics and how we're going to work with people in our sandbox. We had the mayors of Collierville and Germantown and some other municipalities come down and ask us, not because they were really dying to do it, but because they had citizens out there feeling with no voice on our MLGW board. And I liken it to the TVA situation, where with the TVA, we've wanted to have representation on their board, and we don't own their board. We don't own the TVA. So in my mind, the citizens probably will vote it down. I agree with Councilman Carlisle, but it's a goodwill gesture to those governments that we're listening and trying to work with them, and it doesn't cost us a thing. And I don't think it's bad. I think it would be smart politics and goodwill for us to vote for it. So I again ask my council members to consider that as you make your decision. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Warren. Councilwoman White.
Thank you. 2 things. One, and I thought about whether it should go or shouldn't go. But then hearing colleagues saying that they know that people are going to vote it down, then it makes me think we already have seven referendums on the ballot. So to me, it's like it makes it more confusing. And I also agree that I would like to negotiate more and figure out and discuss in a little bit more detail what it would look like to make this kind of change outside of just what we've seen so far in terms of the what's been presented. So I'll be a no vote on this one.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank you.
Councilman Warren, you're recognized again.
Thank you. I just thought that was a brilliant idea that Councilwoman White had. And I would like to see what would happen is if we just hold this and send it back for more negotiation to see what we can get for the next election. Because there are a lot of referendums that are on this, but as opposed to killing it outright, it sounds to me like we need some more negotiation to figure out what else we can tie to it. That makes sense to me, and if I'm allowed by the chair, I would like to pull this and bring it back in 6 weeks. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. The sponsor can withdraw, but I'm going to recognize Councilwoman Cooper Sutton first.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I agree with my colleagues, Councilwoman White, Councilwoman Green. I think we have enough referendum that's on for this upcoming election. I agree with my Councilman Carlisle. The people are going to vote it down, and I think it needs to be looked into a little bit more than so hurriedly. And what's the rush of getting this done? I think we need to just remove it off, because my vote is a no as well. And because we need more dialogue, we need a little bit more understanding. It says Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, and Memphis is always sharing, always making compromise, always trying to bring other people in, and we never have an opportunity where they ask us to be on their board or ask us, or the city of Memphis, to come and join them and play in their sandbox. So my vote is no, and I think we need to totally remove it, look at it deeply, do a deep dive, and really take in consideration.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Swearingen Washington.
I'd like to call for the question,
Call
please.
the question.
There is not going to be a question because he's going to withdraw it. Councilman White, would you like to speak again? Okay. This item is withdrawn, so there will be no vote on it. Just to make it clear, Attorney Wade, that item has to start over if it's been withdrawn, correct? Okay, thank you. Madam Comptroller, would you please call the fiscal consent?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That will take us to item number 10, which is a resolution accepting grant funds in the amount of $1,440,000 specifically for the in-service training program for the training of 1,800 commissioned officers. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by Police Services, and there's a request for same-night minutes.
Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, you're recognized.
Yes, the committee met and recommended approval, and I so move.
Item was moved by Carlisle, seconded by Swearingen Washington. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for item 10.
Carlisle, yes. Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canali, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call the MLGW fiscal consent.
That would take us to item number 11, a resolution awarding contract number 12480 overhead storage tank painting for Arlington, Standpipe, Casper Creek, Cloverhaven, Gallagher, Palmer, and Redwood to G&L Tank Sandblasting and Coatings, LLC, in the funded amount of $2,344,410. Item number 12 is a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 12240 overhead water storage tank painting inspections with Mid-South Tank Consultants to change the scope, extend the term, and increase the current contract value in the funded not to exceed amount of $511,300. Item number 13 is a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 12518, Trend Microsite Bundle with Unistar Sparkle Computers, Inc., to renew the contract in the funded amount of $312,561. Item number 14 is a resolution awarding contract number 12522, SolarWinds Enterprise Hybrid Cloud Observability, HCO, and supporting modules to Insight Public Sector, Inc., in the funded amount of $150,303.24. Item number 15 is a resolution ratifying the award of contract number 12521, Serena Business Manager Maintenance, to Visionary Integration Professionals, LLC, in the funded amount of $231,245.73. Item number 16 is a resolution approving an annual salary in the amount of $171,000 for a candidate for the position of Director of Safety. There is a request for same-night minutes for this item. Item number 17 is a resolution awarding contract number 12484, water filter system upgrades to Grinder, Tabor, and Grinder, Inc., in the funded amount of $44,599,588.63, and there is a request for same-night minutes.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller.
That concludes that agenda, sir.
Councilman Spinoza, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
Item was moved by Spinoza, seconded by Swearingen Washington. Dr. Warren, you're recognized.
Yes, I'd like to state that the only person I've ever married works for Grinder, Tabor, and Grinder, but I don't consider it a conflict.
The only person you've ever married. Thank you, Dr. Warren, for clearing that up. Before we go to a vote, I want to make a, Mr. Wilburn, Christopher Wilburn in the crowd? Okay. No other members in the queue. Madam Comptroller, please prepare the voting screen.
Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Please show Council Member Cooper Sutton is voting yes, and Chairman Canali, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 18. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's go to item 22.
Item number 22 is up on the board. It's on our add-on. It's a resolution to amend the FY 2024 federal budget by accepting and appropriating the expenditures and revenues for the weatherization program, LIHEAP 20-2006 grant, in the amount of $1,213,267.67. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the administration, and there is a request for same-night minutes.
Councilwoman Logan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met and recommended approval, and I so move.
This item was moved by Logan, seconded by Swearingen Washington. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for item 22.
Carlisle, yes. Easter, Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canali, yes. Please show Councilmember Cooper Sutton as voting yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 23.
Item number 23 is a resolution accepting report of Tennessee Comptroller regarding plan of refunding for the 10th supplemental resolution supplementing the electric system revenue obligations master resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of not to exceed $200 million principal amount of electric system revenue and revenue refunding bonds, Series 2024, the bonds. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by MLGW, and there's a request for same night minutes.
Councilman Spinoza, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
Item was moved by Spinoza, seconded by Carlisle. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen.
Carlisle, yes. Easter, Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canali, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call
Cooper
item.
Sutton as voting yes. I fail to recognize that.
Please call item 24.
Item number 24 is a resolution, a 10th supplemental resolution, supplementing the electric system revenue obligations master resolution, authorizing the issuance and sale of not to exceed $200 million principal amount of electric system revenue and revenue refunding bonds, Series 2024. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, and there's a request for same night minutes.
Councilman Spinoza, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
Item was moved by Spinoza, seconded by Carlisle. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen.
Carlisle, yes. Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canali, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please go to item number 18.
Item number 18 on our regular agenda is an ordinance to amend and restate referendum ordinance number 5877 that proposed an amendment to the charter of the city of Memphis pursuant to Article 11, Section 9 of the Constitution of the State of Tennessee, Home Rule Amendment, so as to provide provisions for the regulation of deadly weapons. Up for third and final reading, ordinance number 5908 is sponsored by Councilman Warren.
Councilwoman Swearingen, Washington, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair. The committee met, there was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Item was moved by Swearingen, Washington, seconded by Spinoza. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for item 18.
Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Please show Councilmember Spinoza as voting yes on this item.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 19.
Item number 19 is a resolution to approve a use agreement between the City of Memphis through its Division of Parks and Miracle League of Memphis to fundraise and project manage the construction accessible ball field at Toby Park. District 5, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Councilman Warren, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committee met, recommend approval, and I so move.
The item was moved by Spinoza, seconded by Green. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for item 19.
Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canale, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 20.
Item number 20 is a resolution requesting additional funds request for an existing contract to transfer and appropriate additional construction funds for stormwater CIPP 2022 project number ST03222 to repair, rehab existing damaged storm drain pipes using CIPP process at various locations. This is the third year of a 3-year contract, all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Item was moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Green. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for item 20.
Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. We have additional council members. Show Council Member Logan is voting yes, and Chairman Canale, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 21.
Item number 21 is a resolution requesting additional funds request for an existing contract to transfer and appropriate additional construction funds for SW 22201, install CIPP annual 2022 to repair, rehab existing damaged sanitary sewer pipes using CIPP process at various locations, all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Councilwoman Swearingen Washington.
Chair, the committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
This item was moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Spinoza. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for 21.
Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canale, yes.
That item passes. This brings us to our same night minute items. Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, would you please read the same night minute items into the record? Oh, here you go.
Thank you, Chair. The same night minutes are numbers 10, 16, 17, 22, 23, and 24.
Move it electronically. Can I get a second, please? Item was moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Spinoza. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for same night minutes.
Oh, here comes Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes. White, yes. Chairman Canali, yes.
That item passes. This takes us to the heel of the meeting. Now we will have, wait for it, 29 comment cards.
29.
Reginald Alexander.
Right.
Name and address for the record, please, sir. You have 2 minutes after you state your name.
Yes, Reginald Alexander, address 3865 South Perkins Road, Memphis. I'm the Director of Government Relations with Mid-South Food Bank. As you guys may know, Mid-South Food Bank distributes food to 31 counties in the Mid-South region, the largest of which is Shelby County. About 50% of the food poundage that we distribute goes into Shelby County, Memphis being a large portion of that. We have another component to our food bank that we also do that a lot of people may not know about, and that's our diaper bank. We do have a diaper bank that distributes diapers, period supplies, and adult incontinence supplies as well, and we're kind of low on funds in distributing that. We have submitted letters to all of council, and we have applied for a council community grant, and we hope that you guys will remember us when it comes time for you to vote on that. But I want to cede the rest of my time to my colleague, Jasmine Jones, who is the community coordinator with the diaper bank, to let you know more about the diaper bank and the needs that we have in the community, and how any funds that we could receive could greatly help us in this endeavor. So if I could cede my time.
You can't give your time, but she'll have 2 minutes as well. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your hard work. Really, truly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Jasmine Jones. Oh, hold on, Ms. Jones. I skipped over Councilwoman Green. Councilwoman Green, you're recognized. Okay, she's going to wait. Name and address for the record, then you may begin.
Okay, Jasmine Jones, 3865 South Perkins. My name is Jasmine Jones. I'm one of the diaper bank coordinators with Mid-South Food Bank's Bare Needs Diaper Bank. The Bare Needs Diaper Bank works tirelessly to ensure that basic necessities such as diapers, period supplies, and adult incontinence products are readily accessible to our clients as they need them. We host distributions weekly at community centers and other nonprofits around the city. We host mobile distributions monthly at our facility and at agencies in low-income zip codes. And we start diaper pantries in zip codes with the highest child poverty rates. We currently have about 50 partner agencies that order regularly to restock their diaper pantries each month. We serve clients within 31 counties located in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas. Just this past year, we distributed 629,900 diapers in Memphis alone, which is roughly about 53,000 diapers per month. In order to receive product from the Bare Needs Diaper Bank, clients are only required to have a form of identification and a piece of mail verifying their Tennessee address. This simple registration process allows our clients to easily obtain these items each month. I'm here to advocate for our program, which in turn is me directly advocating for our clients. In 2023, the National Diaper Bank Network reported that 47% of American families were struggling to afford diapers. As prices continuously go up, that percentage is steadily increasing. The families that we serve wouldn't be able to acquire these basic necessities because they simply cannot afford them. By regularly offering these items, families are able to put their limited funds towards their other basic needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Councilwoman Green.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I just wanted to thank the Diaper Bank. I was part of a Mother's Day event with Choices at Overton Park, and they provided a whole pallet of diapers for us to give out to about 50 families. There are a lot of excited moms and some excited dads who picked up diapers, and I am grateful for the support that they give parents in our community.
Thank you, Councilwoman Green. Councilman Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Could I ask the food bank people a question? Could y'all come back up for a second? I go to First Presbyterian Church, and we purchase a lot of our supplies for our soup kitchen from the food bank. And I understand you just went through some sort of, audit where you checked to see what you had. And I was wondering how that went, and how are you doing as far as food supplies now that we're coming out of the pandemic and all the extra money that we had? Where are you now, and do you need extra funds for food?
Well, the audit went well. We always need money. Right now, we're getting to the point where, especially when it comes to the diaper bank, we don't have enough funds to continue. I believe one of the diaper bank locations that people may be familiar with is one called Sweet Cheeks. It is one of our distribution hubs, and we don't have enough product to give out. That's why they are not currently distributing. So
you're low on diapers. How are you doing on basic food substances?
Food, we can always use more. We can always use more resources. We can always use more food. I mean, the food bank itself has actually paid for some of the food out of our own resources to keep us.
So y'all are having to take your funds and buy food. You're not getting donations enough to keep it full. Okay. I just wanted us to be aware of that. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Warren. Councilwoman Logan.
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to thank the representatives for coming down, Ms. Alexander, Ms. Jones for coming down. As the children prepare to go back to school, I just want to remind everyone how important it is. I know the principals in my area are always calling for the young ladies that attend school. A lot of times don't have these supplies and will stay out of school. And some of the people that we usually grant, we may not be able to grant this year. We understand. So having the food bank to be able to be a resource to supply or to direct the young ladies and the principals in the schools to stock up their closets, because we don't want the young people to stay at home because they don't have these products, the period products, and for those that have children, the diapers. So this is a very valuable resource in our community, and we appreciate the work that you all do for the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Damon Curry Morris.
Damon Curry Morris, 1529 Dunmore Road. I just want to start out by saying I recognize the help that I've received from Councilwoman White, Councilman Spinoza, and Councilwoman Swearingen Washington. Thank you very much. You all, I'm tired. I'm tired of this police department. I'm tired of the incompetence. I'm tired of the apathy. I've just been on the phone for 6 whole hours with people all across this city. And you've seen the emails. When have we come to a place in this city where we just continue to see things right in front of us, but we ignore it? We're ignoring the people. Now, if I was to come down here and be all loud, I'm loud anyway. If I'll come down here and be loud, start cussing folks out, that's the kind of treatment I receive, only for your police chief to sit in my face and tell me that she know her officers are sabotaging her. What is the citizen supposed to do with that? Okay? It's not working. Somebody needs to do something. It doesn't take you 5 months to investigate a case. Then you come back, we done made a mistake. Every time I call, I can't get nobody on the phone. My house was robbed and destroyed. My car I was told by two police cruisers, we don't have no video of it. Ran me off the road. Nobody's doing nothing. I'm on this phone every day. And they're telling me to pay for something. I'm not made of money. Maybe some of you are. You want to contribute? Fine. I got a child I got to send to school. I'm about to lose my home. I've lost 95% use of my arm because of this police negligence. And nobody said anything. I am crippled for life.
Mr. Morris, thank you for your comments.
Councilman Canale, you are welcome.
Glenella Hicks, or is that Glenda?
It's Glenda.
Glenda.
Glenda Hicks.
Okay, I thought so.
609 Gillies Road, 21st Century Memphis or Bus co-founder. Why is it that Memphis is the one who always extends the olive branch? I want to give a special thanks to Councilwoman Walker, Councilwoman White, and Councilwoman Cooper Sutton for your comments regarding the issue that's before us as far as expanding the MLGW board. This board represents the citizens of Memphis. You all are stewards for the citizens and the funds that these citizens work hard for and, of course, put out in taxes. How did this body, and I know this is not the entire council because we have some new members who just took office, but when I heard about the scam that took place in February of 2022, wherein this body, this council, which acts as stewards for the citizens of Memphis, somehow allowed in excess of $773,000 to go to someone that was not Zellner Construction. Often Joe Kent has come before you all and talked about how lax policies are regarding budgeting items and making sure that the budget is on point, that you are presented with factual data here and now. And one thing that sorely concerns me is the fact that at that time, the now president of Memphis Light, Gas, and Water was CEO of the city of Memphis.
Thank you, Ms. Hicks.
That's an issue.
Thank you for your comments. On behalf of this body, the first time that I learned of that phishing scam was when I read it in the Daily Memphian article, much like you.
But that's a problem.
Okay,
This
council
should have known. If checks and balances were in place like they should have been, that shouldn't have never happened. And the fact that we were in COVID or on the outskirts of COVID has absolutely nothing to do with proper procedure being in place to ensure that monies of the citizens is protected.
Ms. Hicks, I agree with you, but what we don't know, we don't know.
But
your time has expired. Thank you. Joe Kent.
Joe Kent, 5111 Flamingo. First, I would ask for a censure resolution to deal with the staff interrupting proceedings as they work for us and report to you. You don't report to them. So this has been happening quite a bit. A censure resolution. Second, I know it sounds tough to tout investigating the Strickland administration, we all know it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Better would be to resolve monthly financials from the city through resolution with fund balances reported to you. Finance told me that they had the info months ago, yet my public information request remains unanswered. Also, better would be a resolution requesting the managed agreement nonprofits to submit their monthly financials. That would be better than talking tough about investigating the Strickland administration. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And then back to the MLGW thing. I don't know the law, whether y'all can take funds from them. I don't know. I'm going to look at that and try to learn a little bit about that. And I know you can vote to sell it and then it goes to referendum. But what you can do is you can create a community awareness project around letting all the community know how much excess funds, MLGW funds, are on the balance sheet. Resolve to write a resolution to ask the MLGW board to give it back to the city of Memphis. There's a lot of things you can slow down the approval of their contracts based on them having all that excess cash on their balance sheet. There's innumerable things you can do to get that money back to the balance sheet of the city of Memphis because it's just sitting there.
Thank you, Mr. Kent.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. Thank you.
Joan Harp.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Joan Harp, 178 South Grove Park Road. I'm here again speaking on behalf of those who have no voice, and these are our animals at Memphis Animal Services. Now, the mayor has appointed someone new. She has no animal experience. Ms. Clark may be a wonderful manager. She has no animal experience. The day after we had the meeting, the big meeting where everybody was in the same room together, they killed a perfectly healthy dog the very next morning. Over the weekend, there were several dogs that died because Ms. Clark did not check the email. And when a volunteer said, "Why did you do that?" she said, "I don't have enough staff to check an email, so we're just gonna kill the dog." Come on now. It has to stop. And I've asked Mr. Spinoza, who is my council person, it's time that this council gets Memphis Animal Services into some kind of a committee meeting where we take some responsibility. Those dogs shouldn't have to pay with their lives. Why are they in trash bags with our money? Why? We have very good volunteers who've been at that shelter 9 years. And Ms. Clark, at the end of that meeting, said she'll use her own volunteers and pretty much told them to back off. Now, these are people who set up the table in front so that the euthanasia dogs could get the best shot. Let's use our volunteers from the city, our citizens who know best, who have animal experience. You have a behaviorist there that has no college degree, and she's deciding what dog should die. Come on. I have a degree in communications and animal studies. I have more experience than she does. And how much is she making of our tax dollars? Council, please, let's make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harp. Abdur. I can't read the last name. All right. Papa Samba. No. Nabil. Haroon. Saidu. Hussam. Yvonne Davis. Yasser Saleh. Shante Brown. Larry Valaire. Mohammed. Sylvia Burks. Steve McGall. Name and address for the record, please. You have 2 minutes. Name and address for the record, and you have 2 minutes.
Steve McGall, 6241 Holly Park Drive, Memphis, Tennessee, 38141. I'm concerned with the roads in Hickory Hill. When I moved in Hickory Hill in 96, we got annexed into the city right after that, and they didn't bother about, they paved the streets. They laid asphalt on top of asphalt. They didn't bother about grading it down. But now, you come down Shepherd Drive. Today, when they laid, last month, when they redid Shepherd Drive, they graded the surface down and then put the asphalt down there. As we come out of our driveways, entering and exiting into our driveway, it has a tendency of scrubbing the front of the car or the back of the car. You got to come in at a 45-degree angle in order not to scrub your vehicle in front or the back. April the 9th, 2020, I wrote the city of Memphis about that, and I got a confirmation number, 4605890. They told me that the attorney wrote me back and said she didn't find it anywhere. It was a city fault that we was tearing our cars up by going in and out of our driveways. And I think that she didn't get a good look at it. I had several people from the engineering department came out and looked at it. And they said, yeah, we see the problem, but what can we do about it? You have to take it up higher. And so that's what I did, and nothing was done about it. And let me go to the second one. The second one is you got a pothole on Kirby Parkway between Riverdale and Shepherd Drive that's very, very bad, where the asphalt is lifting up above the level of the street. And I hit it on a trike on the 29th of last month, and I was in the hospital for 2 days. And I think that they need to do something about the potholes out there in Kirby.
Mr. McGall, thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. I would like to learn more about the specifics of what you're talking about. I'm going to get my assistant to give you my card so we can speak further about it. Is that okay with you? Okay. Robin Joyce.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Robin Joyce, 1886 Lindale Avenue, Memphis 38107. I own a restaurant at the corner of Tennessee Street and Butler, 496 Tennessee Street. And back in May, the Smoke Slam Festival entered into an rental agreement for Tom Lee Park. This year, they decided to limit all access to the bluff. You could not, as a resident, enter the bluff. As a guest to Tom Lee Park, you could not enter the bluff. It hindered any sort of foot traffic from Main Street and Front Street down Butler Street and Hewling to Tom Lee Park. And my question is, does the rental of Tom Lee Park also include the rental of the entire bluff? Because I feel as though it limited anyone that was trying to do business at the top of the bluff, anybody that lives at the top of the bluff, anyone that was choosing to walk the bluff could not go down to Riverside Drive. In my mind, the rental of Tom Lee Park encompasses the easternmost curb of Riverside Drive to the park, but they completely controlled the bluff, not allowing anyone to enter. And during the 3 days of the festival over the past several years, we have provided meals and fed groups of people that are participants and guests to the barbecue festival, and this year we could not. And it was a huge financial drain on us. And so my concern is, did they overstep, or did Memphis River Parks actually give them access to control the bluff as well?
Ms. Joyce, can you hang on for just a few minutes after the meeting is over and let me speak to you?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd be glad to.
I'm going to go to Councilwoman Walker, followed by Councilman Warren.
Thank you. I just wanted to comment with respect to the gentleman from Hickory Hill. I want to follow up with you as well, and I'll get someone just got your information. I'll get it from her. And thank you for coming, and thank you for your comments.
Councilman Warren.
Thank you. Ms. Joyce, at your restaurant, the previous years, you did reasonable business when we had the music festivals. What was the amount of business loss this year at your restaurant? Come up to the mic.
Park was closed.
Okay.
It's a difference of about $3,500 over the course of 3 days. And that's not only income towards the restaurant, but also any sort of gratuities for my staff. It wiped us out.
Okay, and other businesses on that, I think we're talking about this block that's running.
Between G.E. Patterson and Butler.
Okay.
There's 2 restaurants there, and then anybody that would have tried to enter from the farmer's market on that Saturday.
I do recall they used to have entrances for Memphis and May there. But you
They have one at Butler, they have one at Hewling, they allow you access from South Bluffs. None of that was accessible this year.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman. Colleagues, I'll entertain